If you're dreaming of hitting the open road, embracing a nomadic lifestyle, and making unforgettable memories along the way, an RV is a great choice for a traveling house. But I'm about to spill beans on all the things I wish I knew before taking the plunge and buying an RV for my full-time travels. So let's dive right in. Number 1, things are going to break all the time. Every time you move, you are essentially putting your home through an earthquake. And with that kind of wear and tear on your RV, things breaking is inevitable. Now, I have heard that newer RVs tend to have a break-in period where a lot of things break or fall apart. So just know that if you're buying new, you're not going to get out of having to fix things. I highly recommend going in with the attitude, knowing that it will happen eventually, but being willing to try and fix it on your own. All you need is a little bit of patience and the internet to look up how to fix something. Because I guarantee somebody has fixed what just broke on your RV. And using their resources, you are able to fix it yourself. Some things that I've had break is I had a drawer slide fall out of place. So I had to take that drawer and the drawer underneath it all the way out so I could fix that. I've had the diamond plate on the front of my trailer come loose at the bottom, so it needed to be screwed back into place with better screws. I've had the top of my propane cover go missing during a drive. And I had the vent cover on my bathroom fan completely fly off my roof. Did it fly off while I was driving? Did it fly off while I was parked? Literally no idea. But I bought a new one and we're good to go. If there is a forum or Facebook group with other owners of your brand of RV, I highly recommend getting on it. I have asked that group so many questions, from issues with my tire to the issue with my diamond plate to knowing what kind of sealant to use on the side of my RV versus the roof. Having a community of owners who have gone through similar issues or have more expertise than I do is a big relief. I've also learned about some things I need to be maintaining that I had no idea about before joining this group. The group can honestly also be a little bit bad for me because I see other people's modifications and I'm like, I want that. Number 2, you're going to have to become an amateur mechanic. Do you have to do all the maintenance like greasing your wheel bearings or rotating your tires? Absolutely not. But you are going to have to get intimate with the upkeep, the maintenance, and the parts on your trailer. You're going to have to check your wheels constantly for wear and tear. You're going to have to make sure your lug nuts are torqued to the right PSI. You're going to have to make sure that your tires are pumped to the right PSI. And you should know where to put a jack underneath your trailer should you need to lift your trailer up off the ground to change your tire. And you should also know how to change a tire. Trust me when I say I never would have thought I would know so much about the inner workings of my tires, including the hub, the wheel bearings, the spindle, the dust cap, all of it. I've had persistent issues with those parts on one of my tires, and I have had professionals fix and check them, but I've also gotten in there and maintenance them myself. Number 3, the costs do not end with the purchase of your RV. There are so many accessories that you're going to need to purchase for your trailer, and some of them do depend on preference. You're going to need things like leveling blocks, chocks, water hoses and filtration systems, sewer hoses, extension cords, surge protectors. The list goes on and on. I would do 2 things. First, research the standard equipment you need to have for your RV, purchase those, and then start camping before you figure out what other items you are going to want. That's really the best way to figure out exactly what you need and what products you might want to upgrade to before dropping a whole ton of money on things you might not even use. Number 4, just like a house, your RV is going to require a lot of maintenance. In my phone, I use the Reminders app to keep track of things I need to be maintaining monthly, biannually, and annually. Things on my monthly list include going around my entire RV and tightening all the screws, cleaning out the furnace vents, and going up on my roof to check the seals and for any cracks, as well as the seals all the way around the sides of my RV. On my biannual list, I have things like changing the water filters on my Clear Source water filtration system, and on the annual list, I have things like flushing out the water heater and greasing my wheel bearings on all my tires. Using the Reminders app on my phone is great because the reminders will pop up automatically, monthly, biannually, or yearly. What is on your list will really depend on the RV that you have. The manual that comes with your trailer should include a breakdown of all the maintenance you should be doing. Number 5, You are not going to be able to avoid backing up, so it's best to practice before you even get on the road. I'm lucky in that I come from a trucker family, so I had an amazing teacher in my aunt. With her help and her teachings, I now feel very comfortable backing in anywhere. If you plan to travel full-time and prefer to stay in campgrounds, most campgrounds do have pull-through sites, but even then, I guarantee there is going to be a time somewhere, somehow, that you are going to need to back out of somewhere. I've had to back out of gas stations when somebody has blocked me in or I was hugging the pump too closely. I've had to back out of places that I pulled off the side of the road onto. So just know that it's going to happen and embrace it. What I would advise and how my aunt taught me is I would first go to practice in a big open parking lot, which for me was a park near my house. So instead of actually being in a parking space like this, you are blocking off about 5 to 10 spaces lining up at the end of those spots. And then just start backing up and practice staying on the end of those lines. This will help you understand how the trailer moves as you're going backwards. And for those of you who don't know, when you're backing up, when you turn your wheel right, your trailer's going to go left. When you turn your wheel left, your trailer's going to go right. This backing up exercise will help your brain start to understand that paradox. When it comes to actually backing into a space, I would still use that parking lot so you have plenty of room to spread out and understand how tight your trailer turns. But then I would advance to practicing backing into a driveway. I practiced a ton of times going in and out of my mom's driveway. Now the key here is to hug the side of the road that you're backing into. So if the driveway is on your left, make sure to hug the curb of the left side of the road. I thought being all the way to the right would give me a lot of space to be able to back up and swing around, but you really need to leave room for your tow vehicle to complete that swing as well. I have a very long truck, meaning I have to leave as much space as possible on my right-hand side if I'm backing up to my left. It's going to take a lot of practice and a lot of getting in and out of your vehicle to understand where your trailer and your vehicle are in those spaces backing up. But it's a skill you need to have because backing up is unavoidable. I do not regret purchasing my RV, but you should be aware that it's not as simple as just buying an RV and going out and traveling. You are dealing with a very large piece of equipment that has a lot of moving parts and requires a decent amount of maintenance. Make sure you are prepared or at least aware that these things are going to happen. And if you approach it with the right attitude, it's all going to be worth it. Plus, I have total confidence in you. If you have any questions about the topics I just covered, go ahead and drop your question in the comments below. And if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.